The world is collapsing, decaying, dying, not because we lack information, technology, or innovation, but because we have been made intentionally to forget the sacred. We have lost our memory of God. We abandoned the fire that once made us human, fruitful, gave us life and suffering meaning. So I am inviting you to a free online seminar unlike anything you've ever seen. This is not a class. This is not content. This is a spiritual resurrection for a generation that has lost its soul but wants to remember. This is an opportunity to have a direct encounter with the sacred through the fire of remembrance, not the weight of religion. The world is unraveling because we no longer know who we are. We severed ourselves from the living God, a living Father, our living ancestors and heirs, and replaced them with a system that cannot carry the weight of existence. But something holy is rising again. And this is not the Christianity you walk away from. This is not an institutional religion built on obedience and shame. This is not the cult theology that dissects God like a theory and never met him as a presence. This is not the prosperity gospel that sold the sacred for access to power and applause. This is not a system of belief, and it is not something you are being asked to accept on faith. This is about knowing. It's about remembrance. It is about the return of an actual living memory of who you already are. It is the kind of knowing as remembering your father protecting you, or your mother kissing you on the forehead and remembering their love for you. You don't believe these moments happen. You know they happen, and you know they love you. And this is not about becoming religious or learning how to perform spirituality. It is about becoming resurrected. It is about dying before you die, shedding the false self that was built to survive a broken world, so you can finally remember how to live as you were created to live. I am the founder of the Patriarch, a global spiritual movement that began as a whisper and became a roar. I started this channel just 1 year ago with no team, no institutional backing, and no inherited platform of any kind. I had no legacy brands, no celebrity access, no manufactured controversy, and no trend to ride. I was a fully independent voice responding to a calling I could not ignore. And I didn't follow the rules of YouTube growth, content strategy, or algorithmic playbooks. I broke them all. What I had instead was a living memory, a clear internal vision of what was coming and how to walk towards it. And within 1 year, that vision manifested into almost 500,000 subscribers and tens of millions of views on a timeline that experts in digital media openly admit is statistically improbable. And if you understand how YouTube actually works, you know this kind of growth without institutional support, paid networks, or viral controversy is considered nearly impossible. To my knowledge, it hadn't been done before in this way. And this is not because of being a marketing genius. It's because something deeper is moving through this message, and people are responding to it at scale. Today, thousands more join every day. But I didn't do this because I was an expert. I did this because I remembered something I couldn't unsee. And I refused to let the memory die in silence. And I'm no priest. I'm no scholar. And I'm not perfect. I am just a spiritual amateur. A man with too many flaws to count. A man who wrestles living up to the image our Father has for us. And I have questioned myself. I have asked why me, of all people, should be the one to carry this torch. There are so many more worthy, more holy, more prepared. I'm being genuine. This shouldn't be me. I struggle with family, with job obligations. I struggle financially, and I struggle with one health issue after another. But you see, that's exactly why I know I was chosen now. Because God does not pick the polished, He picks the broken. He picks the ones who have been through the fire and still don't quit. He picks the ones who shouldn't have made it, but did it anyways. He picks the ones, though he is bleeding out, he gets back up on his feet. And I'm not here to present myself as perfect embodiment of the divine. I am far from it. I'm just a man who literally remembered God and came back with a message too heavy to carry alone. And here's the deeper truth. You are more deserving of this than me, because if it found me, it has found you as well. And I created this movement for men, for those who had been silenced, shamed, or softened, for those who were never taught how to be a man of God without being weak, fake, or fearful. I built it as a fire for forgotten kings, as a resurrection path through the 5 archetypes: the warrior, the magician, the lover, the king, and the Holy Trinity. But something unexpected happened. Women began to show up, and not women seeking trends, but women who were spiritually starving as well, women who had been denied sacred spaces, women who had longed for masculinity that completed the feminine. When they heard this message, not of rules, but of remembrance, they didn't analyze it, they felt it. They wondered if they could remember too. And now I see that this message was never for men only. It is for the resurrection of divine polarity, for the reunion of what was never meant to be separated. Women gravitate to this because it restores the mystic, it restores meaning, it restores the sacred purpose of being alive. It calls them not into submission, but into completion. So if you feel it, if something in you is stirring, you're not imagining it, you're being called. This is your invitation to return, to resurrect, to awaken what had never been lost, but only forgotten. Join me for this free seminar. Step into the mystery. Walk the path. The fire is waiting, and so are your ancestors, your heirs, your family.